What's up guys, Cloudie here, checking in from the America server, and this video is gonna be a continuation of the previous one regarding TechnoMagic gears. In that video we talked about which items, which lines to go for DPS, and you guys asked if I could list the lines that go for support characters, so this is gonna be about that. Now for support characters we also need to look at the set bonuses, and if I did both the set bonuses and the lines in the same video, that would be like 40 minutes and none of you would ever watch to the end, and I would be a sad panda, so not gonna do that. Gonna split it into two. This first video is gonna be about the set bonuses, and the second video is gonna be about the lines themselves that you want to get for your support characters. Now the easiest way to go through all the items, which I do not have because I've been mostly farming Galgoria, is to go to TechnoMagic crafting, because here you can actually check the individual items. So let's start, let's get to it guys. Let's see, knights. So first of all, knights can use the Galgoria item. It decreases the damage they take. If you feel that your tank is dying too easily, then a 10 to 20% damage reduction is not too bad, so you can run with this one. This is of course a selfish buff for themselves, but helps your tank live. So in some situations this can be useful. Also, it has the benefit that while you are farming for your Galgoria set for your DPS, you might get useful pieces for your knight, so that's an added benefit there. But let's see what the support options are. Let's see Siegfried. So if you sort for knights, increases all allies all defense by 10% and gives another 5% attack. So that's pretty good. I mean, if you wanted to absolutely min-max your damage, 5% attack is not too bad. Also, you get some defense, which is pretty nice on some of the more squishy characters. So I would say the Siegfried set is the best for support, but we can have a look at the Escalon one. This will give you own block chance, and upon every block reduces the cooldown of your skills by 1 second. I would say this is quite alright for like Eclipse, where you have mixed damage types, so 300 all block is really powerful, and like reducing your cooldowns can be pretty good for say someone like Loman, whose shield is really good there, keeping your team alive, not taking damage, because after a while it's really hard to heal. So maybe for him I would actually consider building an Escalon set, but for that you need to farm Escalon. Moving on, warriors of course have their DPS set from Galgoria. For support, they can use the Siegfried set. Increases attack speed of all allies by 100. The effect multiplies by 2 for melee type heroes, so 200 attack speed. Now, in my opinion, this is very weak. 100 attack is almost nothing. Yeah, it's applied to everyone, but if you consider a lot of there are a lot of buffs coming from like May, Fallen Frey, Annette, Kaula, and so on, and it's attack speed is just, or a lot of characters also have their speed soft cap, like Chase, Cecilia. I think Dark Lord Castle doesn't need any speed either. So yeah, speed is just not valued that high, and you have a lot of other sources for it. So specifically, I wouldn't craft for this. If you are farming Siegfried and you get a set with good lines, then sure you can use it. It's not bad. It's just very low on the priority list, I would say. So I wouldn't craft for this. If you randomly get any lines, then it's good. Now the Escalon set is absolutely selfish for warriors. Sorry, forget to filter. This is like a PvP stat, so not really something you would put on a support character. Assassins do not exist in a support role. They do not have support statistics, and none of their items actually are support oriented. You would either go with the Galgoria or maybe in some cases the Escalon set, but they are just DPS characters. They do not have any support role. So let's move on to archers. Archers can bring increased crit damage for all allies by 20%. This effect multiplies by 2 for ranged type heroes. So ranged characters get 40%. And now this is a lot stronger than actually the speed one, because even the base crit damage is more than what you get from a single line on gear, while with speed it was actually less than a single line. And then if you double it to 40% crit damage, that's not too bad. Crit isn't valued that high these days because of Love Reel, but if you are like running TM stuff, then it's still not too bad. And yeah, 20% or 40% is pretty nice. Definitely worth going for if you are running a support archer like say Talisha or Arch or Zafir, depending on the content. Now their Escalon set increases their own attack, and this can be doubled for like 20 seconds. So seems like an Eclipse set, but I would probably just stick to Galgoria. Moving on, let's see, Mechanic Siegfried set. Recovers all allies mana by 500 and reduces cooldown of all skills by 0.5 seconds every 10 seconds. Now this in itself is not too strong. 500 mana every 10 seconds and like 0.5 second cooldown reduction, that's like, yeah, not really something you feel like, oh my god, this is super great to have. But it's not bad either. More mana, more cooldowns. If we have like both Annette and Oddi in a team, then you already get 1k mana and 1 second cooldown reduction. So maybe in that case it's quite alright. But yeah, again, not really a super high priority to replace your mechanics gear for Siegfried set. So probably would also not put that high on the list. And the Escalon set is again increases your own crit chance, and if you have like 1400 crit, then you will always crit. So I would just, this is a DPS set or DPS line, and I would just go for the Galgoria one instead if I'm building DPS. Okay, Siegfried set Wizards. Now this one however is pretty nice. Increases all allies damage dealt to enemies by 2%. After 30 seconds, the effect on the one ally who dealt the highest damage will be increased by 4 times. So that's an 8% damage bonus for your highest attacker or highest damage dealer. It says the one who dealt the most damage, so not the highest attack, which is quite interesting. So actually this will not be stolen by like a Fallen Frey or stuff, unless she does more damage than your DPS, which should be kind of sad. But yeah, this one is really powerful because these things tend to stack. So if you have like a Veronica and say a support Esker or support Lorraine, support Sarah, whatever, or support Kane, then you can have like 2 of these sets, and that's like 16% damage. That's really good because these also tend to be on a separate layer, add a lot of damage. So definitely Siegfried set for Wizards is probably the highest priority I would go for when I'm crafting Siegfried stuff. We can check the Escalon one. This is when you go full on mana for the first time, increases your mana recovery and attack. I don't know who would use this, maybe Lilia, because she scales with mana recovery. Honestly, I do not really know what they were thinking with this set. For DPS, I would pick Galgoria. For support, it would be Siegfried. And then moving on to Priests, finally. The Siegfried says increases heal rate of all allies by 6%. After 5 seconds, increases mana recovery of all allies by 6%. So heal rate increase is useful in Galgoria raids and in Eclipse. I don't really remember anywhere else where I would be using this. Mana recovery is alright, like more mana is always good. It means you need less recovery, or you can like more easily use a Book of the Mad. But yeah, this set is kinda so-so. Meanwhile, the Escalon set in this case increases your... Sorry, need to filter. I was a bit surprised there's a reading block chance. Increases attack of all allies by 10%. 10% flat attack bonus for the whole group. That's pretty nice, especially because you tend to run like 2-3 priests in a raid group easily. So yeah, this one can be pretty useful. Now for if you are running a Fallen Frey or a normal Frey or like even an Evan maybe, I would consider going with the Galgoria set because this increases their shield, and that's just really powerful. Shields are like the most powerful healing tool in the game, simply because of the massive damage output that a lot of monsters have. Not taking damage is always preferable than being healed up, because then you will not get one hit from skills. So that's it, guys. The too long didn't read version, which maybe I should have said at the front of the video, is that you will want the Siegfried set. Primarily get the wizard one first, and then you can decide whether you want like archer, mechanic, warrior, knight, or priest. And for priest you can consider the Escalon set. So these are the set bonuses that you want. And then in the next video we will go into the exact lines and like in which situations you could be using them. So yeah, that's it for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave them in the in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cloudie out for now. Bye bye.